Rohit, to you first. Were you surprised by what Trump said? It was a pretty long statement, but, like the points that I've just read out, would you like to add some more?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the fact is, usually we get a tweet that says Happy Diwali, to all Indian and all South Asians and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, we don't usually see that long of a message, from anybody. And so it definitely came as a surprise. And also a welcome surprise to a lot of Hindu and Indian Americans who've been talking about this issue. Remember, there were protests, widespread protests in America from Washington, D.C., all the way to California when the government changed in Bangladesh. People were talking about these atrocities committed against Hindus in Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And NRIs were riled up and they were demanding the State Department to do something and Biden administration to come out and condemn those attacks. And that did not happen. So I think, there obviously is a sense of, yes, this could be an opportunity by Donald Trump to, reach out to Hindu Americans and Indians. But the fact of the matter is that, if you look at the entire tweet, he's hit all the points that we've been covering on this campaign. Especially when it comes to Indian Americans. He talks about his friendship with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He talks about temples that get vandalized. He talks about how he would be protecting Hindu Americans in America. A very, very big issue that Hindu Americans have been actually coming on the Capitol Hill and be talking about it and trying to lobby for it. And the very fact that a lot of these same Indian Americans can swing vote in those key states, plus North Carolina, Shiv, I think that makes it very, very interesting 3 days before the election.
So 75% expected voter turnout, of Indian Americans, Gaurav, in this upcoming election in the United States means, that there is a very real data-based reason for, Trump's outreach to Hindus in particular. What are you making of this? Because apart from the outreach to a community, he did mention relations with India, obviously, hinting at the fact that there has been friction between India and the United States under the Biden administration, something he says he wants to repair, Gaurav.
And that indeed has been. Shiv, you and I have tracked India-America relations. If we were just to take about how they've been on a high and a higher trajectory post the 1998 Pokhran test and then interaction between Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Bill Clinton. And then ever since, George Bush and Dr. Manmohan Singh, Barack Obama and Narendra Modi, then again, with post-Barack Obama, with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has actually tried to make a real effort to try to woo the Indian American voters who are traditionally seen as those who vote for the Democrats. When I was covering Howdy Modi at Houston, and there was a big outreach to the Indian American voter to try out the Republicans, to try out, his policies, the Diwali parties that became big at Trump Tower. That's something that was a very considered opinion of his, to reach out to the Hindu Americans. And this attack on Hindus in Bangladesh has been a hot trigger issue, because this has actually upset Hindus across the world. The targeting of Hindus in Bangladesh, the silence of the Biden administration, the alleged complicity in a regime change, all of these are very serious issues. And the targeting of Hindus, targeting of temples that continues every day, Shiv, whether it's in schools or colleges or in universities where Hindu professors are being targeted, in police stations where Hindu officials are being targeted. The Indian embassy had to send back staff from Bangladesh, and that just goes on to show that it's not, under the garb of a so-called students movement, there was actually radical Islamists who were taking control of Bangladesh. So he's hit on an issue that's tracking with Hindus across the world. Will it pay dividends? We'll have to wait and watch for the next couple of days, Shiv.
Only a few days to go before we get to see what the impact of that comment will be. Rohit and Gaurav, keep tracking this unfolding story. I will keep connecting with you. Thanks, gentlemen, for the moment.